told you.
I literally jumped up in the air and spun around,
I told
and
you.
stuff came off the china closet.
Did I not say the Colts struggle in Jacksonville? I don't know what it is. But they struggle.
They were like Joe Namath on that Monday night game. They struggled.
But the funny part was, they beat the Ravens, the Colts lost, and then they almost missed by a tie. I mean, overtime with 2 seconds left.
I know. The fates are with us. Steelers Nation, you gotta love what happened in Baltimore. Absolutely. All right, moving on. Look, really quick synopsis of what happened in Baltimore. First of all, always great to beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Cam Sutton. Absolutely wonderful defense. Minkah Fitzpatrick. Love the defensive performance. Love the younger guys stepping up. Who is this Adams, number 57, all of a sudden, playing defensive line, just grabbing people, throwing them out of the way? I'm loving the defense, but Mike, we have no linebackers as we go back into Kansas City.
It's almost like, we talked about a little earlier in the season, the stars are aligning for them. Somehow they're alive. They play the Titans without Derrick Henry. And even through some of the ups and downs, things were happening, and they were kind of getting the breaks. And even this past game, you look at the Ravens, and they are literally, it took, the first half, they don't do anything, but finally they decide, hey, let's go back to the run game. Huntley's not our quarterback, a franchise quarterback. He's making bad decisions, throwing interceptions, and he had 2 red zone interceptions. And they run the ball all the way down the field. They go to a TV timeout. We come back, and on first down, he tries to force it into the end zone. Sutton interception. To me, that is a poor coaching decision.
Absolutely.
They were running, just keep on running the football.
Right, something's
and they can put the Steelers away. But they didn't for whatever reason. The coach, decided to call a pass play. Maybe a Huntley decides to do it, and it gives the Steelers life. Now, they win. Okay, the Jaguars win, and the Colts lose. Okay, it's going to be a tie. No, somehow, the Chargers call timeout. The Raiders on the next play break off a 20-yard run, and they decide, hey, we'll kick the field goal after all. So now the Steelers are in. Now they're playing the Chiefs. We can't beat the Chiefs, can we? They're going to kill us. Let me tell you something. If the Chiefs do not learn how to run the football, because that is the weakness of the Steelers defense, Patrick Mahomes will force the ball. He did early in the season many times.
He can force the ball. That's the thing. He can force the ball.
So how do you get him to force the football? You get pressure on him.
Big time.
And you have TJ Watt.
Yep.
Cam Hayward. You've got all those guys. So if those guys can create pressure on Patrick Mahomes, this matchup suits the Steelers. They can actually, Ben, if you notice the past few weeks, it hasn't been pretty. They haven't had the best numbers. He hasn't had his best numbers.
Don't care if you win pretty.
But let me tell you something. When he had his best numbers a couple years ago, they lost to Jacksonville in the playoffs.
Right.
And now he's not having his best numbers. He's learned that, hey, it doesn't have to be pretty, just win. It can be as ugly as you want. Just win. That's all it counts right now. And so coming in against the Chiefs, if they can put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and we know the Chiefs are not a great running football team. We know, and I know Coach Reid. He's a great coach, great offensive mind, but he is a very pass-happy coach.
Yep.
That's what they like to do.
Yep.
And even in Philly, everyone talked about it. They are making themselves one-dimensional. So this plays into the Steelers' hands. The Steelers' weakness is the run defense. The Chiefs don't really like to run the ball that much. So if they can create pressure on Mahomes, they have a chance to win one more game and then go on to the next one.
Look, Mike's absolutely right. Mahomes can kill you. Coach Reid likes to pass. So that leads us back into how can the Steelers go down there and beat the Chiefs, who just ripped us a new a couple weeks ago.
They got to get back.
Can you play man running, with Kelsey? Can you play man with Kelsey?
Well, here's the thing.
Can you lock him up at the line and stay on him for 1001, 1002, 1003?
You can play 22 man, which is
That's where I was going with this.
too deep.
Right.
You know, man under. Now that opens up the run game even more. But the Chiefs,
if they're not running hard,
the football.
and you've got Minka, who, when his mind is right, he's almost like a soft linebacker.
And the reason,
so you play the 22, man underneath, and you've got a chance to beat them.
You're playing the 22, and you're basically you got too deep, and you're playing underneath, but you're really trying to bracket.
Do you trust Joe Hayden?
Well, you're right.
I do. Do I trust Sutton? I do.
So what you're trying to do, though, is you're going to try and bracket Kelsey with an underneath guy and a safety.
Right.
And you're going to try and bracket Tyreek Hill with a guy playing man on. Because if that guy gets loose, look out. So that's the key. You got to
They're going to get their yards, Mike. They're going to get their yards.
They may not.
It's not like you're going to shut them down completely. But if you can take man away here, and get our points on our end, I think they got a chance.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The Steelers can create pressure on the quarterback without blitzing.
Oh, yeah.
So that helps them. And if they can make Patrick Mahomes get the ball out of his hand quick, now you have a chance. And then the same thing on offense. Play smart. Run the football. Shorten the game. Let that clock. We don't need to go no huddle.
Eat it up.
You don't need to go
Eat
no
it
huddle.
up.
Get in the huddle, line it up. Oh, let's do a check here. Let's do a hard count. Let's do this. Let that play clock run down. Shorten that clock. Shorten their possessions.
I absolutely control the ball in Kansas. How do you do that? Well, we saw yesterday what happened when a game without Najee in the first half, a game with Najee in the second half. You can control that run game with Najee.
Well, the best thing they did.
Then you got two stellar tight ends, Mike.
Yeah, you do. But the best thing they did was when Najee Harris went down, they did not get away from the run. Let's be honest. Benny Snell is no Najee Harris.
No.
But they didn't get away from it, and they kept on.
As I've told you, I got a better cut move than Benny
Snell. But here's
Snell.
the thing. A couple times you saw them, it was like, they got stuffed. They got stuffed. Now they got to punt the ball. But that running, the threat of the run game keeps that defense honest, and then it helps open the passing game, the play action passing game, the tight ends in the passing game. That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
And they have a chance. They do.
They really.
I said it. The Colts have that ability. The Colts, to me, are a definite playoff team, but they blew their chance. They had it right in front of them. They struggle in Jacksonville. They should have never left it to that point, but they lost. The Steelers win. The Steelers did get in. Everything's kind of going in that right direction. Do the Steelers have a chance to win? 100%. They absolutely have a chance to win this football game.
I want to see the other punter. I don't, Percy Harvard is going through.
You're the second person. I'm like, this punter's terrible. And I was like, huh?
Other punters.
Not too many people talk about the punter, but I've heard it.
It's important. Ask Mark Royals if you go back to the early 90s and the Steelers were playing down there in Kansas. The other thing I want to talk about is the inside linebackers again. I know this isn't the time to get crazy and make extreme changes, but I'm telling you, Schobert is so bad. Devin Bush is so small. Right now, this may sound really crazy, but I'm moving either Taco Carlton inside, or I'm moving the other kid. I can't even pronounce his name right now.
Stop it right now.
And I'm covering him, making him cover from the center to the tackle.
Listen, are the Pittsburgh Steelers?
You got 4 days to coach them up.
Are they in the playoffs?
They're in, but I'm not happy. I think this team has a chance.
Did they get a chance to?
Yeah.
You're not going to reinvent the wheel right now.
This isn't reinventing the wheel.
No, you're not changing. You're not putting a linebacker at the safety position. You're not doing it.
No. I'm talking about Carlton Charlton at least coming inside, playing inside linebacker for Joe Sherbert, and all he has to do is cover from the center to the tackle.
Why? Because you need a guy. He's going to be in pass coverage anyway.
What if he plays great?
Their weakness.
What if he plays great? He's 6'4". He can drop into pass coverage.
What if my aunt had a mustache? She'd be my uncle.
I know.
Okay. What if the Raiders Chargers tied? What if the Steelers lost? I'm telling you.
What if Dorothy never gets back to Kansas?
Stop. They need to stick what they're doing and just be better at it. And offense, control the football, run the football. On defense, get after the quarterback and try to make turnovers in the passing game. Listen, they're not a good run team, run defense, but the Chiefs don't really want to run the football. They just don't. And they're going to end up, unless they change they're not going to change their identity. They'll have a few runs in here, and they'll have some good screens in. But listen, this is how they got there. This Pittsburgh Steelers team, you say the shark. I don't say the shark. I say it takes on the identity of TJ Watt. It's just relentless.
Confidence.
No. It's just the energy, relentless, never giving up. What did I say earlier in the year? He's like Rocky. You just can't knock him out.
Right.
You know, he runs around. Oh, they wash him by. He comes back around and he makes another sack. The quarterback holds onto the ball. He gets another sack. Well, listen, it's not always pretty. He's not the best technique guy on the pass rush, but his motor just does not stop. He doesn't give up. He's like Rocky. And in Rocky, he wasn't knocking guys out. You just kept on hitting him, kept on getting up, coming back for more. And that's what the Steelers offense are starting to do now. That's what Ben's learning to do. You don't need to be pretty. You don't need to be Apollo Creed to win. You need to be Rocky. Just keep on taking the punches. Just keep on coming back for more. Don't give up. And they have that. You know they're going down to Kansas City. It's going to be cold. I mean, it's freezing here right now.
Loud.
It's going to be like Rocky versus the Russian. The black and gold trunks,
Drago.
And Drago had the red and gold.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Steelers are like Rocky right now.
Mike, let me ask you this. You've been in enough pro locker rooms. We've all seen the video, the FaceTime, whatever, TikTok video of Coach Tomlin jumping in there and dancing. That was a raucous locker room, a confident locker room. Certainly that confidence in that win yesterday builds into this week, right? I mean, these guys probably were at work early today after they got some sleep. They're ready to go, right?
They were at work early, but because they probably were up watching that game, and they'll all probably show up today, maybe get a little
fired up and ready, right?
Yeah, they'll be fully focused. And here's the thing: so much had to happen for them to get in.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm shocked.
To lose to the Jaguars, the Colts, I would have. I mean, crazy. And then almost, and then a tie, and then somehow they do kick a field goal, a 3 or 42 or 47-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And they get in, and they pulled off in Baltimore. Bad coaching, bad decisions, throwing the ball in the red zone with Huntley, forcing the ball, giving the Steelers an opportunity. Everything is kind of rolling their way. And if you can't look at yourself and be like, hey, things are starting to go our way. Let's put a little extra focus in this week. Let's buckle down.
Get it up, baby. Get it up.
You never know. And listen, you're not looking ahead to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady.
Right.
You've got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And hey, this is
in your
chance.
face right now.
And pretty as this guy.
What do you say, Bear?
But
what do you say?
He won't be as pretty as this guy.
Absolutely.
But
cool.
He's relentless like him. They have no. They're not going to give up. They're not going to ever quit. And the energy's just nonstop with them. It's the same way TJ Watt. The team has taken on TJ Watt's personality,
which is great. Motor. That's fine. They did it with Mean Joe Green in the 70s. They said, this is how you play football. All right, Steelers Nation, I'm Tank, he's Mike, he is Bear, our good luck charm as we head into Kansas City. Final prediction on the score of the game is pain for the Chiefs. Mike.
Yeah, it's Glover Lane, but there's no...
Glover Lane.
Hey, just win. Just win,
Rocky.
That's all it takes.
Just win.
Just win.